morning. Can you tell it's morning? No lipstick, no earrings, coffee. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I spent in January on all my incidentals for my home, for me, food. It includes food for my 3 dogs, and feeding 3 dogs is not cheap. They're fed very well. They have their treats. So I probably spend about $50 a month on my dogs with their dog food and their treats, So anyway, I was looking over my January bill payment, and I like to do that online on my bank, online banking. It's very easy for me. That's how I keep track of what I spent it on. So I went in and looked at my Amazon account because I do buy incidentals on Amazon. So I added those up. I added up what I spent on dog food. Now this month I did spend a little extra on medications for the COVID bout. I talk about that in another video. So that was extra that I spent this month. So anyway, after I added it all up, I ended up spending $385 this month, which comes to about $96 a week. So on my channel, I do talk about frugality a lot. I talk about saving money a lot, but I have a certain income that I have to live within. And of course, the name of my channel is Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. So my channel isn't about minimalism or any of that kind of stuff. I have to be frugal because I want to live within my means. I don't want a lot of credit card debt. I don't want I just don't want those sorts of things in my life. Do I have some? Yes, I do. Off and on. For Christmas, I ended up putting $400 on my Amazon account, which I will pay off $100 a month at a time because I wasn't going to go that route, but it was just a little bit too depressing not being able to gift my family anything. So I didn't go crazy, but and I knew I could pay that off in a reasonable amount of time. And I also, because I do buy some of the food that I eat and use on Amazon, that's kind of also included in there. So anyway, for this year, I would like to cut that back. I don't want to eat beans and rice every day. I love beans and rice. I use a lot of beans and rice in my recipes. I make other things with beans and rice, but I want to have the option of if I want to buy some sort of vegetarian meat product or I want to have the option of being able to do that. And because those are considered specialty items, they are more expensive. So I don't buy a lot of that stuff, but it's nice to have it for convenience. And but I do mostly make my own food, my own vegetarian proteins, and it does save me a lot of money. But if I want to go out and I go to a store where they have a lot of new things that I haven't tried, then I'll go ahead and buy them. So anyway, it's not all about being totally cheap all the time or doing everything on the cheap. So I buy what I feel like I can afford or that I can pay for in a reasonable amount of time. I like buying things on time payments. Like my house, it's going to be needing new windows at some point. And I'll look around for a company where I can maybe pay it off in 2 years. I have 13, I think 13 windows and a sliding door in my house. So I'm sure it's probably going to be, I don't know, $5,000 to $7,000 to have that done. But right now, I am not going to do that. I'm putting that on hold. It's not like I have wind coming in the windows, but they're starting to, the seals are starting to break and they don't look pretty anymore. But because I bought a car, which to me it was a used car, but for me it's a new car, and I drove my other car for 14 years, so I will keep this car for a very long time unless something happens to it. So that's sort of my lifestyle. I buy things and I keep them for a very long time. Now, my focus has changed because I've said before, I was a shopaholic, clothes, and I love to buy tchotchkes for my home, but I don't do that anymore because I have more than enough. And because I do keep things for years and years, I don't buy things and get rid of them and buy things and get rid of them. I keep my things and I take care of my things. And my house has enough stuff in it. And I've gone through and I've gotten rid of old clothes that I don't like anymore. If they still fit me, fine, and I like them, I keep them. I don't get rid of things just to get rid of things. I don't do that. I keep the things that I like. Um, and as far as my home and the decorating, I don't like everything stark and bare. And I do like, I like my home to be cozy. So there are things that I do keep. Um, I could get rid of them, but why? I paid for them. They're bought, they're paid for. I enjoy them. So your home has to be comfortable for you. I don't like I don't like a home that's so cluttered that you can't walk around in it. I mean, that would make me crazy. But I don't like my home bare either, no pictures on the wall. And if you like that, that's great. That's wonderful. Um, but that's not me. It's not my personality, and I don't enjoy that. I like a lot of variety in my life. I like variety in my food, so I may spend a little more on food. Um, I mean, I have weeks where I don't buy food at all, but then I'll stock up, and I do keep a stock. I keep a stash. So what I spent this month also was on continuing to stock up my pantry for emergencies, and I always do that. But so don't get rid of all your stuff. I mean, if you like what you have, and I know society is into that now, purge, purge, get rid of, get rid of, get rid of. But there's a lot of things that if you get rid of them, you are going to have to go out and buy something maybe at some other point. So there has to be a balance, a happy medium. I love to cook. I've got a lot of pots and pans and kitchen appliances. I like those things. I use them and they're fun for me. So what if I have, two or three crock pots? I sometimes when I entertain, I'll make food in crock pots. Yeah, it takes up space, but I have the space. So as long as I have the space and it's neat, I do like an organized house. I don't like things just shoved places, but as long as I have a place to store my things, I keep them. And I like clothes. Now, with my clothes, what I've been finding is I worked for years and I like to dress up at work. I like to wear my dresses. I like to look nice when I went to work. It wasn't a job where I just wore, jeans and a sweatshirt. I couldn't do that. But now I'm finding that I really don't wear dresses anymore. So I'm slowly going through the dresses and getting rid of those. Now, things like that, I know I will never go back. And even if I had to go get a job, it wouldn't be a job where I would need to get dressed up all the time. It would be a very casual job. I don't know, sitting in a coffee shop, or making coffee for people, or I don't want to go back to nursing. I don't want to go back to hairdressing. It's too hard on my body. So it would be just a job to supplement the income that I have. So the things that I really don't need, it's a slow process for me, but those things can go, but the things that I enjoy, I have tons of cookbooks. I like to read them. That for me, that's I like to learn different techniques and um, get different ideas of things that I can make. So I have a lot of cookbooks. I have a lot of DVDs on painting. I have a ton of books on jewelry making, but all those things, even though I'm not doing that right now, I plan on going back to it at some point. So I'm not getting rid of that stuff. I'm keeping it. So you have to find your own balance and what makes you happy. It's all about that. Who cares what society says? Oh, you have too much stuff. You don't have enough stuff. And, who cares what anybody else says? You have to find what makes you happy. You know, I mean, okay, if you have a husband or children or something, you do have to compromise, but you have to find that happy medium. Now, I don't have to compromise. I can do whatever I want to do. It's my house. I don't live with a spouse, or, so I can pretty much do what I want. And I like my life that way. But yeah, so I just wanted to have a little chat about that. And I wanted to let you know about how much I spent on household and food in January. Now, some people might think, oh, that's a lot of money for one person. But like I said, um, my goal is to live within my means. It's that is my goal, and to be able to pay for the things that I really want, and not continue to buy a lot of tchotchkes for my house. I don't need them. Now, what I do when I go to the store and I pick something up and, oh, that's really cool, I'd like to have that. And then I ask myself the question, where are you going to put it? Do you have a space for it? And if the answer is no, then I'll put it back, or, well, you could get rid of this and then you can have that. So is there something that I really don't like anymore? And if the answer is yes, and the price is reasonable for whatever new thing I want to buy, then I will buy it. So it's all about living your life abundantly. You don't, even if you're on a budget and you don't have tons and tons of money, and you live within your means, you can still live abundantly within your means. So anyway, um, I would like to cut back a little bit on that $385, which comes, like I said, to $96 a week. And I would like to maybe cut that back to around $75, which is still very reasonable. But like I said, $50, $60 sometimes a month will go to feeding my dogs and taking care of their treats and things like that. And I can't cut back anymore on that. So anyway, we'll see how I do. I'll probably do a couple of low spend weeks because I'm pretty well stocked up on food right now. I'm using up what I have in the fridge and, using it with my pantry things. And, but I will go out and buy some basic produce. And I pretty much buy the same things um, because I can do a lot of variety with them. And like I said, I'm the kind of person, I need variety. I get bored if I eat the same thing every day. I get bored if I have to do the same thing every day. I don't like schedules. I kind of do what I do. I want to do this right now and I want to do that right now. Well, that can wait till later. So that's how I've always lived my life. I don't like schedules. Um, but that's me. If you are the kind of person that has to be on a time frame, or you enjoy doing your life that way, that's great too. But you have to be true to yourself. You have to find what makes you happy and not live within somebody else's rules. You have to live in your own rules. You only go around once, as far as I know. I don't know. But you only go around once this time. Let's put it that way. So live your life abundantly. Do what makes you happy. If it is buying a latte every day and you enjoy that, okay, buy a latte every day, or learn to make your own, whatever it is you want to do. But don't totally cut everything out that makes you happy, because you're going to be miserable if you do that. So we'll see how I do. Um, and I'm just going to try and stick to $75 a week, which is what, 200 and 350? No, $250. I'm not good at math. Anyway, whatever it is, um, I'm going to give that a go and see if I can still live abundantly and do that. Now, I know there's months where I have spent way less than the $385. So we'll see what happens. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. Please subscribe. Leave a comment below. How do you live? How do you like to live your life? Let us know in the comments below. Please give me a thumbs up if you got any good out of this little talk. Um, it helps me out, helps my channel grow, and that's all I have for you today. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.